Night at the bar club, what's a girl like you doing out here with her own shine, skin like fine wine, that's a little bit dangerous. Each day your beauty becomes more real. Let me be honest, you're making my heart skip beats while you always stay true. True love, true feelings, bet they belong to you. And if we get to talking while we keep walking, there's only one thing I gotta tell you. Oh baby, girl Maria, you know that I see you. And so do these other girls too. Because they wanna be you, but never could be you. And baby it's sad, but it's true. Let's be honest, we can shop it from the window, but you never have me as long as I'm your man though. Baby, girl Maria, you know that I see you. Mira, Mozarena, yeah.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Kickback N Chill. And today, Friday, January 28th, Tean Becoate from Diamond Kut Media and Dante Labelle is in the building, live from Midtown, New York City. So kick back, relax, and have some fun, because Kickback N Chill is on right now. What's up, guys? Welcome to Eminem's Kickback N Chill, holding down the function in Midtown, New York City. I'm your host, Day NYC, and we the only show you can kick back, relax, and have some fun on this Friday afternoon. I hope your summer is amazing despite COVID-19, because I know mine was. But you know what? We still had the function. I'm ready to bring out my two guests. He just killed the stage with his hit single, Maria, and he's here today to talk about his musical journey. Show some love for Dante Labelle. What's going on, my brother?
What's up,
How you
man?
doing, man?
I'm
It's good to have you here.
I know, long time coming.
Now, we're not done yet. Now, he's known for hitting the music scenes with his media company, Diamond Kut, and he's also the A&R consultant of Motown Records. Show some love for Tean. I was only right. What's up, y'all? What's up, bro? Fellas, how y'all doing? First time doing something like this?
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's good. I know it's kind of different for you. You can lift the mic up if you want.
Cool.
I know this is kind of different because you're normally on the other side of the mic.
Facts.
And, doing stuff, but you guys are here. I'm excited. Dante, what's going on, man?
Good.
Long overdue, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Let's just straight in, man. Let's jump straight in. With you just killed the stage with your hit single Maria, but let's take it all the way back to when you first started doing music.
Yeah. What you want to know?
I mean, what made you want to get into it? Like,
I have a friend. Her name is Melissa B.
Okay.
She was one of the people that said, "Hey, listen," because at the time I was kind of just doing music just to do music, and she was just like, "Yo, you're way too talented to be sitting here just doing music and putting it out." So she kind of encouraged me to basically take it more seriously. That was about I'd say 3 years ago when I first started as a independent artist.
Right.
And yeah, at that time I had met my manager to today, Mario Light, and he helped me release my first single, This Is Love. And that's
I heard that. Yeah,
This Is Love was the first single I put out, and that's how it started.
That's dope. You know what's crazy, Tean? You interview a lot of independent artists. Diamond Kut Media is always on the music scenes. Trying to see who's hot, in this hip hop culture. But what drew you into getting into learning the behind the scenes for music, interviewing people, and just so much more with Diamond Kut Media?
I really got to give a credit to my mom.
Okay.
As a young kid, she used to, you know how MTV used to show content, the 80s content with Fab Five Freddy and stuff?
Yeah.
So I used to watch those with my mom. And then as a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a business owner, have my own business. I just never knew what. And then going to school, I got introduced to writing about music. Cause I always loved music, had a passion for music and sports, like most of us that grow up in the inner city. But I didn't know how I would get into it. So sports was my vehicle that took me to school. Then once I got to school,
you play sport? You play?
Yeah, I played.
What sport you play?
I grew up playing football for the Abyssinian Crusaders, Harlem Jets. Played at Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx. Then I transferred, played at Somerville in South Carolina 1 year. Then I walked on.
No basketball?
Nah, I wasn't a basketball player.
Damn.
And I walked on at South Carolina State.
I was a basketball player too.
And then once at school in South Carolina, being the only New Yorker, I was bumping A Boogie, Dave East. And then somebody that was in an organization with me had a magazine. They were like, "Yo, do you want to write about music?" I was like, "Yeah." But prior to that, I had started a blog related to sports, but I wasn't consistent with it. So then once I started writing about music, I just fell in love with it. And then in 2019 February, I created Diamond Kut LLC, which is Diamond Kut Media.
Congrats. And it seemed like that's around the time you graduated, man.
Yeah, I graduated in May of 2019.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
It seems like, being that you write blogs, and it seemed like, you're at, before COVID-19, you're still, you're at these events, you're doing so much with these artists. What are some things you learned from them, being that we live in a digital era, just from interviewing and doing so much more?
That what I learned from the artists?
Yeah, like, cause,
Okay.
with your media company.
Oh, definitely. I learned that it's a journey, definitely. As Nip would say, it's a marathon. So you just have to know what you want. You have to stay the course. Success doesn't come overnight. So if you really want something, you have to put in the hours, put in the time, and then the results will come.
Okay. Now Dante. Man, we gotta talk about these singles, man. Let's talk about, one of your hit singles. So one of my favorite, Ain't My Vibe. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gives us a summer vibe. I love the visuals. Congrats on like 203K
Thank you, man.
views. It's not, you don't really hear about that from an independent artist, you know what I'm saying?
big.
So, just talk about, the process, creating it. How was the music video like, and so much more?
Creating it, when I first made that song, my team had told me that they wanted to create a project with everybody, like a little small EP. So when we got together, they said, hey, yo, take lead on this, man. We know you're gonna hit us with something, just, start it off for everybody. And I was just searching around for beats, and I came across that record, and I was like, this is it right here. This is it. This one's speaking to me. So I just wrote to it, and I got my boy Tsunami on it, and I don't know, that's probably my favorite record I've probably written so far. Cause it's just the tonality and the way the sound, and it just gives you that memorable feel. Like you gonna know where you were when you were listening to that. So I think it was about a year after, I think it's like 6-8 months after, we decided this song is it. So we're gonna shoot a music video to it.
Yeah.
So we just got together and we said, let's get it done. And I let my team take the creative lead on this, and they did an amazing job with this whole thing. So gotta shout out Aces Nation for really putting in the work to make it look, sound, and market it the right way.
That's dope. Being that you guys both involved in music, this is question for both of you guys. Being that you guys are involved in music, what are some venues you've been at? Well, in your case, interviewing other artists. What would you say was like your favorite if you had to pick one, and why? Either one can go.
Definitely.
Let them go. Yeah.
Definitely, I'm gonna say. Hold on a second. All right, we good. Yeah. Definitely, I'm gonna say SOBs down in the what's that, West Village?
Yeah,
West Village. Yeah, SOBs. Catapulted me. I started going there like last year, or maybe 2020. I interviewed Neek Bucks there, a few other artists, and then just being in that environment with like small venue.
It's like a very well-known venue.
Very well-known venue, and having interviews there, and even something that I didn't put out. That's my favorite venue that I've interviewed. That and Quad Studios. Which is in Times Square.
Definitely. What about you?
I haven't had a lot of venue shows, but
with all this music, man, you got, come on.
My first performance in an actual big setting was at the Bowery Electric.
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
That was my first one. I'm actually performing there again September 12th.
Okay.
Because they had invited me back from the last one that I did.
Dope.
But I definitely do want to go to somewhere like SOBs. I've been looking at that, and I'm like, yo, I gotta perform there.
You be in the city, man. You gotta be in the city.
I do. You know what it is? I really want to start getting into like showcasing. That's one of the things I love being on stage. So I gotta find them, just getting back out there on that. And hopefully I do so, and they don't close everything down when I do. That's my fear right now, that they close everything down. I'm like, yo, I'm ready. And then, nah, everything's closed right now.
Hold up. And it's crazy, guys, because it's like COVID-19 put the entertainment industry at a standstill. Talk about, some challenges you guys face, during COVID, with the Diamond Kut Media. And, for you, can't be in the studio, recording, being around your friends. Just talk about that, that challenges.
From my perspective, it went from doing like going to venues and talking face to face So I had to adapt to like virtual interviews, like Zoom and things like that. And I was against that at first. I was like, I don't want
Like the in-person interaction, right?
I love in person because it's like a real interaction opposed to like sitting on a computer screen. But I learned how to, add back your visual backdrops and stuff to make it more your content. So once I learned that and saw like people actually do like virtual interviews as well, it grew on me.
Our interview's coming soon. Coming
yeah,
soon.
we got
I just throw that in there. What about you, Dante?
Same thing. I love in-person interaction. Especially, COVID kind of, slowed everything down because at that time I was networking, being out at places, and I was making a lot of good friends and a lot of good moves. But then it kind of moved to, like you said, you got to be behind the computer screen, like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And it's kind of like weird because it's like
limits the creativity,
right? Yeah, and and then also you gotta kind of wait for them to respond and stuff. So it's like it's not the vibe that It's not the vibe that you usually look for when you're in person, and they know what you know what I'm saying, and you can feed off of each other. So yeah, it's same thing. Man.
Definitely the networking, because when you're in person, somebody can see you doing something, or vice versa, and then you guys connect. So
exchange contacts, but more so it's more of like waiting for a response.
Right.
I hate the waiting game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna ask the vaccinated question because we're gonna leave that outside the show, y'all. But listen, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. But up next, we have more with Tean and Dante. Plus, he might be performing again later on the stage. All right, so keep it locked and stay tuned.